we're briefly going to cover impaled objects, how to recover from them, when you should remove an impaled object, which is never, how to wrap bandages around it and secure them so that no further on injuries can occur from the impaled object. As I said, we're going to cover it briefly. I'm going to touch on it and then we're going to move on. First thing you have the typical, the pencil thrown across the classroom, kids messing around, so you have the quintessential don't throw a pencil because you're going to poke somebody's out kind of thing, right? So this young man right here had a knife. We're not going to have this particular knife, okay, because it's a little sharp, so we'll have another one. Whether it be in an extremity, arm, leg. Now if you got stuff like in a home defense, or some type of violent assault case, if you have an object that's stuck in there, a couple things you need to concern yourself with. Number one, remember, you never pull it out because what can that object be pressed up against?
Artery, vein.
Okay, it could have already punctured and severed it or whatever, and now it's plugging that hole and keeping the blood from, the arterial blood from coming out. So you want to leave that object in there. So if you have anything in the chest that's sticking out, you want to be worried that not only are they going to potentially bleed out, but you're plugging the hole that the air is going to come out of. And what is a hole in the chest called? Second chest wound, right? Because they're sucking for air because it's going in and it's leaking out. What you want to do when you have a conscious casualty is say, hey, after you establish that that they're okay, that they're conscious of breathing, that they're not violent, they're not going to cause you any harm or anyone around you, you have them hold the object for themselves gently. Just gently hold that for me, okay? And then you want to get your bandages, whatever they may be. You're going to have the typical roller gauze. You want to pull that out if you can. Well, that you can. Or if you want to have a cravat or anything for that matter. Any type of material. Yeah, sure. You want to get any kind of type of material that you have, you want to roll it up. Now what you want to do in a case like this, okay, let's just say it's right there. I'm going to start wrapping bandages around it. I'm going to try to keep it secure. Move your hand for me. I want to keep that down there. I want to wrap it up. Keep it nice and tight. You look up for me. All right. Once that's on there, what do you think I do next? Do I want to just leave that there? Or do I want to break this off? I obviously can't take the knife out. Do I want to break it off? Just want to leave it alone, right? We're not the professionals. So leave it in place. Then you want to get another kind of bandage. Any kind of bandage that you have. And with that there, you want to tape it, secure it in place. You want to be sure that as you come around the casualty, as you secure it, because it's going to be tricky. You're going to have to play it by ear. If you want to cut a hole, you're going to cut a hole in this and put that in there like that with your knife, your scissors. You're going to have some kind of two-man team. You want to wrap this around him? Yeah, sure. Help me out here. He's got this big jacket on, so this one is obviously not gonna reach. One thing you never want to do, right, is tie something. Like in this case right here, if you tie it around his neck, all it's gonna do is force. It's gonna move this, right? Could cause more damage. You don't want to do that. So you want to apply that kind of negative. Yeah, just straight across, over and under. Okay, in this case.
Under or under? Like this, or?
No, straight across around his back, just underneath. Because he's got this jacket on, we would have already stripped him off, but we're gonna try to secure it underneath.
Tight.
It is because coming over the jacket here, it's a little extra layers that we wouldn't normally have. But you want to secure it in place. You want to keep him lying down, keep him still, because you don't want anything to cause this to get moved. In some cases, you could even put something to bring more attention to it. If you want to protect it, you could put like a cup over it. Okay, that'll protect it, keep it from getting hit. A lot of times they have objects in their eyes. Let go. If they have a pen or something in their eye, if they have an object in their eye, you know how their eye's going to look around, right? If this is the affected eye right here, not the peripheral, but both eyes are going to look. It's just the way it is. So to keep that from happening, if we have an object stuck in his eye, we want to protect it, number one. So you got a hole in the cup here. As the pencil or pen sticking in there, you want to protect it so you have a little bit of it sticking out right there. What do we want to do next? What do we want to do to keep that pen from moving around? We want to protect his other eye, right? So if we can, get yourself a little bit of loose gauze. Hold that out for me. Unroll a little bit for me. Just a little bit. And we would cut it, or we would actually, in this case, what we could do is like right here, there. Now we have it nice and loose, right? We're going to go ahead and protect that, keep that eye closed, and as we're wrapping this around, we want to go and secure as best we can the cut in place, because it's not going to go anywhere because the pen is sticking out of here. So wrap this around a little bit, come back around, hold it in place. Let him know, hey, if you're having any trouble breathing or anything, let us know. We're not trying to plug up his nose or his mouth or anything like that, but we want to protect the other eye from moving and keep this from getting hit. So as we're coming around here, we want to go both ways with this. We don't want to pull it, just very nice and gentle as we come around. it's a lot of work, right? Take that down right there. But if you're the victim right here and you got something sticking out of your eye, you want to be sure that anybody that's helping you is doing the right thing. So it's very basic, it's real simple. You just want to protect the other eye from causing this damaged eye any further injuries. Okay, are there any questions on that?
I got one. Is that if the actual eye has been punctured, or is that if there's an object lodged into the space between the eye and the tissue?
I'm going to say do it both times,
Okay.
because we're not out there to operate as medical professionals.
Right.
We're out there as a search and rescue team. We want to err on the side of caution.